And there was fashion show, so I did some modeling once.
Oh, nice.
So that was it.
Why are you tell these things? What are you saying, Abhay?
Yeah, I was a butterfly and all the tricks.
I can't snap from one hand. I can snap this.
Yeah,
not
same.
this.
For me, one hand works.
Yeah,
Can't
this
do
doesn't
both.
do. Only
Yeah.
this
For
one.
me,
It is so weird.
Wow.
Who's can't do? Even he can't do.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of us.
Okay, so I'll do 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to another episode of From College to Bluelearn. On this episode, we're going to talk about clubs. And sorry for the clickbaity title, it's not about the clubs that you think it is. This does not involve alcohol and stuff. Or maybe. We never know. You'll have to watch to find out. We'll start the episode now. We just start introducing from this side so that you guys know who's who in case you're watching our stuff for the first time. We'll start from Rohan.
Hey guys, I'm Rohan. PM here at Bluelearn.
What do you study and what college you went to?
I studied at Witscoart, studied electronics and instrumentation. And yeah, I was into finance, but then now into product. Yeah.
My name is Abhay. I'm the product designer at Bluelearn, and I went to PCC, which is the engineering college in Goa. And yeah, that's about it.
She didn't have any clubs.
Yeah, I do not have any clubs.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Magrima. I'm from the marketing team and I studied computer science from Delhi University.
I am Vishal. I went to Manipal. I studied instrumentation and control, same branch as Rohan. And I am a social media manager here. I'm marketing.
I'm Shanoy. I took a drop year after my 12th to go to college, but I'm yet to do that. And I want to talk about clubs outside of college and I think how they can contribute to your life.
Janice, I went to MIT Manipal and started multiple clubs. Oh, and I do marketing here at Bluelearn.
Yeah. What clubs you were part of, and all of that, we'll talk now onwards. We'll take you through our lives and our experiences. You can decide what you want to do in life. This is not an advice podcast. This is just experience discussing podcast.
So, what clubs were you guys a part of, or clubs that you all started in college?
I was part of the finance club mostly. That was the one I was most active in. Last couple of years, we started the consulting club as well. And it doesn't really count as a club, but I was part of the cricket team also. So these are the three things I was mostly active in college.
So you picked one in each or what? Like one sport, one academic?
Like, I'm going to be the most all-rounded person in this
Crazy.
college.
Crazy. It shows. It shows.
No, bro.
It has impacted your personality. Alan?
Sadly, we do not have any clubs in PCC when I was there. I think they have clubs now, but no, nothing.
The other clubs in Goa compensated it.
Yeah.
Goa is known for clubs.
Went to the real clubs.
Yeah, we went to the
people-
real clubs.
PCC people went to Tito's. That was their favorite club.
Yeah.
But good only because a lot of people watching this don't have. Apparently, from the previous episode, Vineet was mentioning, I don't know if you were there, he was mentioning that there was a list of colleges that came out of innovation and PCC was 5,000. It was last in the
Let's
list.
not talk about that.
So, now good that it's only upwards from here. There's no going down.
There is no
There's no
going down
Yeah.
when you're at rock bottom, bro. Nice.
All PCC teachers watching this is not meant to disrespect anyone. I'm sorry.
We'll put a disclaimer.
I think we should all do a disclaimer.
Yeah, actually.
Disclaimer, we are talking about our college experience when we were there.
Imaginary colleges.
Yes. I went to some Manipal somewhere. It's a social concept.
You went to the MIT in America.
Probably
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Mm. The real MIT.
Whatever it's called. Okay, your turn.
So, for context, 2 out of 3 years of my college life was in COVID. But in the third year, I was in the poetry club of my college. And also, I wanted to start the entrepreneurship club, but that never took off. So, we'll talk about that also later.
Oh my god. It's
Let's
good only.
not
So yeah, I
begin
like the variety already, by the way. He had all the clubs. He's picked and chosen what he wants to be in and he's headed clubs and stuff.
No.
Unfortunately, no clubs, and she had issues with clubs. I was I started my own club with a friend of mine. It just existed. It was one person, and then when I joined, because they put a recruitment poster, it was just two of us then. So then it became a club after I joined. So that was a comedy club. In the first year I was also like you only. I wanted to do like academic one, fun this and stuff. So first year my leg was broken, so I didn't go for cricket. Second year I went for cricket, and then I broke my leg.
Great.
So first year I went to this thing called Mars Rovers Manipal, which was like a team that makes a rover that is sent to Mars, but actually not to Mars. There's a desert in US which is like Mars.
What?
Even we had
Yeah.
I think Manipal is a really good one.
Manipal had a really good one. So
Yeah.
there were only two good ones, the Formula Car one and the Mars Rover one. And I didn't know anything about the Formula Car one, so I went to the Mars Rover one. And I was in the mechanical one because I was like, I took electronics engineering, I learned mechanical also. I was like, I want to be all rounder. Then I realized I'm not. So that was me.
You are though.
Thanks, yeah.
I took up public speaking. I think the reason I'm here is because I joined the public speaking club months ago, and it was called Toastmasters. And things changed for me then on when I figured that you can go up to 30 people and say what you want. You can practically do a lot of things that you initially couldn't do. You can elaborate on that. I started in January, and in the span of 6 months, 2023 has been my best year ever throughout my life.
It's not that long actually. How old are you?
Yeah, I was born yesterday.
Damn, bro.
been a minute.
You didn't have to be there.
No, I'm 18 right now. I'll be turning 19 in 2 months.
Crazy.
But yeah, public speaking is the way to go.
Awesome.
I was in multiple clubs in college, but one club that actually defined my college experience and is actually the reason why I picked marketing and why I chose this career path was this media body. So in college, we used to be like, we're not a club, we're an organization. Like it was some elite thing, but we were just a club.
That's how you market club.
Yeah, that's how you
Organization. You're not a club.
So it was Manipal's largest media body. So
Media empire.
yeah, it was like a media empire of sorts. But we covered events, we wrote, we had like a website, articles, everything.
I couldn't escape paparazzi because of this. Guys, come on.
All the events, that is how even we got to know each other because of clubs. Actually,
Yeah, it's true. We met because of clubs. I was actually a comedy club. She was the head of this MPTN media body, and we were going to collaborate on something.
which never happened,
Yeah.
but that's how we met.
And you were still only 2 people at this point of
No. That was end of first year. By the third year, we had like some 30-40 people in my club. Hers was like a
It was
legacy
like, it
club.
was across Manipal, so it spanned
Yeah.
like 200 students.
Crazy. Awesome. So now the next question is the clubs that you went to. What was the name of the club and how you got into it? And how did you choose that I want to get into this? And what was the reason you chose those clubs and got into those clubs? And what was the process of getting in also?
Okay.
Elaborate question.
The first one, I'll start off with the finance club. So the process was, so usually the finance club in BITS is the biggest one. So most number of people want to get into this club. So when we had the orientation the first couple of weeks, at least 500 to 600 people tried to apply to the finance club. And then we have basic rounds of like a written test kind of thing, like a finance quiz, basic questions, just to see who knows how much, how interested they are. After that, we have a group discussion. So if you get through both of them, then you're part of the club. And the reason I wanted to get into finance was, so in 12th grade, like you had an injury, I also had a heel injury while playing cricket. So my dad used to drop me to college every day. So on the way, he used to listen to this finance podcast. So because I was in the car, I also had to listen. And that's how I got interested, asking questions and all of that. So that's where the interest towards finance began. And then in college, since Wall Street was also the most popular, naturally went for the rounds and then got through.
That's very interesting. I like how Indian dads only listen to either finance podcast
Or like Jagjit Singh ghazals.
some divine music.
That's a good way to raise your kids. So you turned out pretty fine.
That's true.
Yeah.
Get them in your car and play a podcast.
Get them in your car sounds wrong.
Get them in your car. It's not like his dad is going on the streets randomly picking up. Hey, listen to money control. Money control today.
Yeah, it was 80 now. Yeah.
80 now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Then cricket team was super hard to get into. But luckily I had played cricket before for about 6 or 7 years. And funny story was, in our batch we already had 2 wicket keepers. And they were highly debating whether they need a third one, because I am also a wicket keeper. So I had an extra round of trials after all the main trials got over. And thankfully they decided they needed a third keeper, so I got him.
It's like MS Dhoni is in mid, and you are like Rishabh Pant, just waiting.
Yeah.
Everyone's just waiting to get into the team. Awesome. And Avril? So this podcast, we picked this mix just to keep
Things
in mind that
interesting.
there are people who have not had college life में clubs का experience also. We're not putting down Avril, we just
But does
kept it for
ESL
relatability
count
purposes.
as a
What's that?
Eastern.
yeah.
Yeah, it counts.
You
Of course
are
counts.
part of a club.
Yeah,
See?
I was part of ESL,
Yeah.
which I paid like 150 rupees a month, not a month, 150 rupees a year, I think, to be a part of.
What,
It
why?
was a subscription.
Was it like, did you get ad-free version?
Premium ESL.
Nothing really happened. It was just a WhatsApp group where everyone was like put into, and they would send like jobs and whatever placement details.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
our
the
monetization
placement
model.
cell.
Yeah. It was sort of a placement cell.
Found
Yeah.
our monetization model.
That one.
GPay link in
That's
the
all I
bio,
had.
guys. GPay link in the description. You can GPay 150 rupees if you want jobs.
So I joined the poetry club and the name was Izhar. I joined it because Delhi's open mic circuit is kind of good. Like
Yeah,
for
it's really
poetry
good,
at least, like Delhi is good culturally. So I was like, and I like at that time I used to write poems, but I didn't do open mic. So I thought it would be a good way to get into open mic. So every year DU has fest and all these colleges organize open mic. So if you're part of the poetry club, you get to perform and those and stuff. That's why I joined
The poetry.
Izhar. Yeah.
What does Izhar mean?
Like expressing. Izhar is like
It's like, I think,
verbal
Urdu.
expression. Yeah.
It's an Urdu word.
It's like Pyar ka izhar. So it's like expressing your love.
Confess, converse, I don't know, something. Is this not a Hindi lesson now?
Sorry to listen.
Anyway, what about the entrepreneur club?
Entrepreneurship club, so me and a friend wanted to start it because almost every college is an ESL and every
Yeah.
college should have
PCC
an
has an
entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
They have nothing.
Yeah.
Anyone can have
Yeah,
this.
they have nothing. They have an ESL.
And our college was a girls' college, okay?
Sorry.
I was going to talk about feminism and all. Laughing. So ours was a girls' college. So like that was the aim. We were like going to pitch our club. Ki bro, hona chahiye. Like women are not less than men or something. Why isn't there like an entrepreneurship club? So we brainstormed properly for a couple of months. Like we'll host events, we'll ask people, we'll make a LinkedIn. That LinkedIn page still exists, by the way. But the club never got started. So we like wrote down everything we want to do. We talked to a couple of people. Then the higher authorities were like, no, we're not going to do it. We need permission from the like people of the university, like not the college. So if it's not social and stuff, if it doesn't have a social cause attached to it, it's like if it's not strong enough value prop for college, then we
Social
won't
cause
do
is
it.
only empowering you.
What is the social cause of poetry?
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Is hard.
Okay, I'm not getting the context.
Oh, poetry, in poetry,
slam
open mic.
poetry, when you like when you like what the speaker is saying, you don't clap because it will disturb their performance. So
Yeah.
you snap.
Because other art forms, people don't get disturbed. Like in dance, you know, you clap, they're like, yeah, thanks, you know.
Yeah.
But in poetry, they're like,
It's like-
can you not?
Yeah, it's like a very
It's elite.
elite thing.
You can just do this.
It's like Korean hearts, similar.
Okay, got it.
Can't snap my fingers, will you?
You can't. Try harder.
You're taking it outside.
Yeah.
You're taking it inside.
I can't snap from one hand. I can snap from this one.
Yeah,
not this.
same. For me, one hand works.
Yeah, this doesn't do.
Yeah.
For me,
It is so weird.
One hand
Who's
louder.
going to do?
Good, yeah. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you guys? How did you guys get into the club and what was the process? And why did you choose these particular clubs?
I used my fake ID. I have 3 more years to get my real ID to get into clubs. But
That is true for a lot of things for you. You must need fake IDs for a lot.
fake IDs work, guys. Disclaimer.
He's not promoting it.
Yeah, I'm not promoting it.
We're not promoting it. Fake
We don't
IDs
know
are
this
wrong.
guy.
Yeah, we don't know him. He's
Yeah,
just a
it's
prop.
only if you want to go dance or week.
We've not seen his real ID, so we don't know who he really is.
Next thing you know,
Abhay is-
Bangalore police is retweeting this.
Yeah, it's like,
No fake
Make
IDs.
funny reels like, I don't want to be part of that.
yeah.
Okay, moving on.
No, let him tell you a real thing.
Oh shit, yeah. As a joke, guys, he's funny, guys.
So I've been hearing Toastmasters from a long time. I think a lot of neighbors in my apartment, old uncles and all used to go to Toastmasters. I knew it was something public speaking. And when I was 16, I called them up, like, hey, I want to join you. And they told me one thing, you're too young, bro. Go to school. And then the day I turned 18, I again called them up. And this time, you need to be 18 to join Toastmasters. And Toastmasters is everywhere. I'm pretty sure all of you had a Toastmasters club in college. And how I got in was, you go, so there's a lot of Toastmasters clubs in Bangalore, and every single club has a different vibe. You go to the one St. Mark's Road, you see it's like relatively very peaceful and more professional. If you go to the one in HSR, you see a lot of energy, chaos, good energy, right? Everyone's smiling, it's so liberal. It's really fun.
So you're saying don't go to the St. Mark's. That's the takeaway.
I mean, if you want to go to a podium and, good evening, guys. Today I'm going to start speaking about
HSR Toastmasters paid him to say that.
Yeah.
He's getting commission out of
it
it.
changed my life.
Check out SSR. Link in
Link in bio.
GPay link also there. You can pay us
And the
SSR.
best part is it's literally like 800 meters away.
Yeah.
So after work, I just take my bag. I'm like, bye guys, see you.
Thanks for giving away our location like that. Thanks.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this is why you shouldn't get 18 years old people on the podcast.
So initially, you go to all these clubs and you figure out where you fit in best. And even they tell you, whenever I went to St. Mark's Road, they told, go explore more clubs and see what you actually like. Because this is actually a non-profit organization. They don't take any profit out of this. So you go to a club, you go to multiple classes, see if you like it. It happens every weekend or specific days. And if you like it, you can go ahead and join. There's like a monthly 6-month semi-annual membership. And there's a lot of cool people who come, at least in HSR. Everyone is a different story. They have their own story why they're here. Everyone's trying, very open, everyone's trying to get better at speaking.
Awesome.
And this is a place where you can really shine. That's how I joined HSR.
Very interesting.
So when I first joined, I actually didn't get in. So I didn't get in and I was like heartbroken. I didn't get in. And that was one club that
How do you get in there? What is the process?
So the process was, it was like 2 written rounds and 1 interview.
And what do they ask you right now?
So I remember my question, I still remember my prompt. It was, describe, if you had to personify color, like how would you do it? So I spoke about the color red. And just different emotions, the emotions that you relate to the color and things like that. So it was really nice. And that's when I knew I really like to write and stuff like that. And it was that plus an interview. And interviews were so intimidating. Like, I remember being so scared for the club interview than my job interview. It was so intimidating.
Also, you were younger.
I was really young, I was really young, and like seniors, 4th years, and all of that. And they would also pretend to be like some very big.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Now that
so-
we also were in 4th year, we know that was the
You're like, we got done now.
Exactly, and I remember, like for me, like in my journey in the club, I remember being on both sides of the table.
Yeah.
So when I was doing the interview, I remember being so like timid and stuff, and I used to see the person who was taking my interview, and they were just like expressionless. And I remember when I was taking the interview, my senior used to tell me, you shouldn't give away anything. However good or bad your answer is, you need to be extremely expressionless. And so took an entire circle. So
Were you expressionless when you took
no, I'm
interviews?
very.
You go, girl. You're doing so well.
I can't.
I think that's a good thing because
I agree.
these club interviews and all help you prepare for like college, like what job interviews and all, because you've been through interviews and now you're not scared of interviews in general. You know how the process works, so now you're like a little bit comfortable with giving interviews in general. That's what I think. Good thing only.
Did you guys get rejected by any clubs?
Yeah. Quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Which was the most heartbreaking one?
This one, I'm curious. Who can reject you, bro?
Yeah,
Who can reject you?
I would reject them now.
Yeah. Was it product club?
We didn't have a product. Really? But yeah, I wanted to just explore all clubs. I had my 2-3 that I really wanted to get into, and then rest, whichever I was free, I just went and sat for the rounds and stuff. So there was a photography club. I went for the interview, and then they asked me questions about some camera settings. I did not.
This is like camera.
That's funny. Moving on, Arjun.
No man, let's. Is there anything else you took part in college? Not clubs in college, anything else?
We had fest, so like I took part in like whatever happened in fest. Like there was baking,
Yeah, cupcake.
cake decor,
Cupcake
and there was fashion show. So I did some modeling once.
Oh my god.
Nice.
So that was it.
Why are you telling these things?
Yeah.
What are you saying, Abhay?
Yeah, I was a butterfly and all the things.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Butterfly.
You didn't have a butterfly in our college?
Yeah, same.
Why are you not telling these things?
Yeah, and I was like a Greek goddess also in dark mode.
You were a club of your own, dude.
Yeah.
You don't need a club.
Greek goddess is a club. Greek goddess club.
Yeah. Avril fan club, bro.
Yeah, we know join.
Avril fan club was a
Yeah,
PCC
dude,
club.
done.
Yeah.
The only club in PCC.
Yeah, it was ESL and then there was Avril fan
The
club.
Avril fan club will take PCC from 5,000 to like
4,999. Okay. Yeah, you tell.
What was the question?
Did you get rejected? You asked the question.
Yeah, I got rejected by the Dramatics club because they,
Oh, very dramatic.
yeah, and I really wanted to get in because they were like the most popular club of our college. Like used to go for every fest and stuff. But then they gave some impromptu acting. Act as if you are an old man and ask this person for something and do it for 10 minutes.
Oh my god, you had that much time to waste.
Like 5 or 10 minutes, something
Oh,
like
that's a
that.
long time.
And that was on video call. So I was like,
Oh shit, yeah, COVID, no?
online college, yeah.
But then order
And they had 3 rounds of like selection.
So
It
it's
was
based on
very
internet stability
intense.
then.
The first round was like them giving you script or something like that. Second round was the most intense. So like 10 people who want to join and only some were selected. They would put you in random situations like pair you up. Ki you two are 2 friends who are caught outside of hostel after hours. What will you do? Like take the conversation from there. That was a very scary round. And I got through that, so I was like, ab to ho hi jayega. And then third round was something very chill, like they give you 10 situations and you pick one and enact it. So I picked one and I prepared so well for it. I memorized all the lines. And then they're like, okay, pick another one, impromptu, and do it right now for 10 minutes. I was like, internet issues, I will be back.
But what did drama club do in
Karnataka and stuff, like street plays.
no, like in COVID?
Like COVID would be over, I guess. So they must have done.
They were hoping that COVID is over.
I don't know. I didn't get in.
Same only actually. I also got rejected from the drama club. It's called Aina. And I really wanted to be part of this club in the first year.
Yeah, and I didn't like your face.
That's true. That's true. There were 2 clubs, Aina and Ada, and both had like a very strong cult, and they were like, "Oh, this is better. This is better." I just liked this one because they didn't seem like they were overselling something. So I went for the auditions. They had 3 rounds. First round was something like similar, where they gave a line which didn't make sense, and they were like say it in 10 different moods, and they should throw moods like angry, sad, breaking down, and stuff like that. And that I got through.
They didn't have to throw depressed.
They didn't. That was in
You didn't have to act.
Yeah, I was like,
no, sorry. Now be happy.
Yeah, and then second round was like a monologue kind of stuff. And I think I went 2 rounds. The second round was monologue, where you had to pick a monologue, prepare for a day, and then come and do the proper monologue. And at that time, the most popular monologue was that AIB monologue, where he's talking about how engineering sucks.
Oh, the Naveen
So I was like, I want to do funny stuff.
Yeah.
I just said the narrative like, I'll do this. And I go and I'm like on 20th on the line for all the people who selected.
No, 19.
Out of 20, 7 people in the same room. I was like, oh god, I can't do this now. I can't do this. They are tired of watching this. As soon as anyone started this, they started this one, go, go. We don't want you. So they want to, and some people who pick like some old movie monologue and stuff which involve like proper acting, they chose them. I was like, what do I do now? And then I was like,
an old movie
and I was like watching. I have not watched old movies. I was just scrolling through YouTube something. And I went there, I was like, it's that one. Should I do? They were like, okay, do. And then they were like, okay, go. And then I was not prepared for anything else, so I didn't get there.
So it was not your fault you got rejected. It's just 7 people in front of you.
Yeah, it's a token number problem.
Yeah, it's like
it's a first come first served business.
problem.
Did anyone who did that get selected?
I don't know. I just got rejected, so they were like, well, out of here. I didn't get to see the results and stuff. Also, it was first test. I didn't know who was who and stuff. I just knew that people did. But then, what about you? You got rejected by someone? Or like some club?
It's a sob story, but yeah. So what happens is, not only do you get to select Toastmasters clubs, like they also select you. They make sure you fit here. So that's why even if you want to pay them in the first time, they don't want you to join. They want you to keep coming and see if you actually like it, if you actually are proactive, right? Because they don't want 30 people to just come and sit and who's doing the public speaking. So that was one thing. So every club you go, they'll see if you actually match the vibe. Otherwise, they don't really want to have you on board. And that's a really good thing. So there's like a filter on. So all the people you meet are really proactive. They're all, and there's this one thing, okay, I read a research paper or something. They said the biggest metric to determine if someone is going to be successful or not is not how smart they are, it's how energetic they are.
Put it in quotes, put Abhay on.
That is so true, because when I go there, all of these guys are so energetic, and when you're energetic, some opportunity lands on you. Even if you're dumb and you're just shouting all the time, someone will see you and like, bro, come.
It's true, man.
You've spoken enough, I'll pay you, come. And that's what I'm doing here.
That's true.
Get not paid.
We're not paying you. What about
Actually, nice quote, yeah.
Yeah. Ocean,
Energy. Let's go.
Go for it.
So, I got rejected by this same club I got into. When I first wrote,
You became the president of the club.
Yeah, and I got rejected for the first time.
Success story.
Yeah, that's my success story.
Guys, failure is the success story. Step on it.
Step on it.
I got rejected, and so when they announced the winners, they put like a social media post with all the names and stuff, and my name wasn't there. And like, it went really well, I was really sad. So 1-2 months, I was really bummed out, didn't join any club, and I was just in my hole. And after that, I got a call from the then EIC editor-in-chief saying that, hey, we lost your application paper. Like, we lost it, but we just found it and we read what you've written. And we'd love to have you on board. And I was like,
oh my god, they should actually did a movie on this.
Yeah, dude, I was saying it's a Hrithik Roshan in Rejection, bro.
This should be called Kismat Ka Khel.
Kismat Connection.
Kismat Connection.
With a K.
and it's I don't know, it was just so nice because
Yeah, it's actual movie.
yeah,
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Tell.
Yeah, so that's all.
Sorry, your answer got lost with us actually. But we heard it later in the podcast.
So we
It was
really
great.
like it.
We would like to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, Jared.
Actually, I didn't know anything else to say. Yeah, that's how I got rejected.
I got rejected by Masterclass also, Abhay.
Oh.
Like I was there for 6 months. They selected me for this thing. So there's a 6-month task phase. And if you get selected in the 6 months, then you get into the actual team.
Like an army recruitment.
Yeah, dude, it was so tedious. So every day after classes, we used to sit for like some 4 or 5 hour meetings till like 11, 12, and they used to get permission to like,
Till 2 in the morning and stuff.
yeah, we need to be till 2. Yeah. So we just like sit and like research and make Word documents and all of that. PRDs only we used to make. And then, 6 months I made all of this, and then they taught us this software called Katia and Ansys, two softwares. Katia has very 3D model stuff, and Ansys is where you put material to the 3D model, and then you can check if things break or not and stuff like that. It was very high level stuff. And our laptops couldn't take it. And then they gave it, and then they were like, December winter break, the first college break, they were like, go home, make like a full model of a rover, take your 1 month time, learn, aram say these are the constraints, make this and come. I was like, it's the first holidays. Who's gonna make? Nobody will make. I'll figure out the last.
Mars rover.
I don't even have no been to Mars also. Yeah, I can.
Like how you spending winter break making Mars rover.
Yeah, and then I come back in January, and then there was a meeting of like everyone who's made come show. People actually made it, dude. People made like proper models, and mine I showed, and they insulted me, like roasted me. They were like, "What? This is where I put my clothes to dry. That's how this looks like."
That's why you going to stand up.
No, they were all like this. I was like, I don't want to be here. They were like, first of all, you gotta be here for 10 minutes so that we can insult you, and we don't want you here either.
Whoa!
You insult you, and then you go. I was like, okay, cool, I'll go. Sorry. And then I got rejected. Then I quit.
Good rejection.
Then you quit.
I think they gave one more chance. They were like,
You're fired.
They were like, didn't work for 1 month, but everyone else has worked. It's unfair for them. We'll give you one more day. If you make it, we'll take you. I was like, I want to be here. You give me a month, I didn't do it. I don't want to do this anymore. So I just
Good only. Good rejection story.
Yeah.
This should go in your autobiography, dude.
Yeah.
You make it as a stand-up comedian.
One day.
It's like they give you a paper like you're fired, and then you're like, no, I'm fired.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
You don't get it.
I was like, you don't fire me. I'm
I am firing
going to
myself.
fire now. I'll just leave. Okay. Next question. I think in colleges, clubs is like very important as a culture building thing, because of Wall Street, you still have connections in college, because like now the Wall Street head, if they know that you were the Wall Street club head, it's like, oh yeah, 2 years senior to me, whatever. And there's like very similar interest-based friendship and bonding. So did you make like really good friends in clubs? Because I really think that it is also like a part of your identity. Like when you ask what do you do, you're like, I'm studying this engineering in this college. And then they ask, okay, apart from academics, what do you do? Yeah. The first thing you say is, I'm the head of this club. You're the head? I'm the sub-head of this club. I'm the whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think even now, if you ask me what's the proudest achievement of mine in college, I'd say hitting Wall Street Club.
Yeah.
Because as you said once, not just 2 years senior, I had to backtrack a 10 years senior to see who started Wall Street Club to write an article on him. So so through that I got connected with like 4 other seniors and all of that. So and most of them are still working in finance now. And that helped me prepare for my finance interviews and all of that. So and a lot of people in my club, even Shreyans, like I knew him from first year because of Wall Street Club. So we did projects together, both of us were active and all of that. So that circle of who you want to discuss finance with just gets formed just because of these clubs.
Yeah.
A few eating our podcast can change your life, guys. keep liking, sharing, and commenting. How does it feel to be like? How does it feel to be like the head of Annual Fan Club? Will this change your life positively?
How was it like being a butterfly? Total butterfly.
I could go to walk for like 2 minutes, pose, and then walk back and like stand.
Did you stand on a flower?
No.
Someone does a flower and you're like...
Someone else was a flower.
Did you guys become besties after that?
Yeah. What are you doing for is cross-pollination?
At least you guys got to walk. I was with a tree in my space. I just had to stand there.
You're dressed like a tree today.
Yeah.
Brown and
A tree with a
green.
gold chain.
Yeah.
Around me.
But like, do you think that your college life would have been different if you had clubs?
Maybe. I think if there were clubs and like I was actually interested in one of them, I would have been like a little more extroverted and confident in college. Then it took me college, after getting out of college, like 2 years to become what
The real
I am.
Butterfly.
Get out of the cocoon and fly.
Yeah. So I think
Very
we like
poetic.
fast tracked a little bit.
So, but if
Poetry
you
club.
had like clubs in college, what club would you have wanted to join?
design.
design club. But you
I got into design a lot later.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Baking club, probably.
I don't think there would have been a baking
Baking
club.
club.
Like if you wanted to.
Yeah. But very niche like that.
Niche only is
But
fine.
that's fine.
People start niche clubs.
What else would I say? I don't know.
Very cool.
I'm very introverted in
Photography
college.
club.
Yeah, maybe mobile.
Yeah,
photography.
mobile.
Self-photography.
No.
Mobile photography club.
I wish our college had a startup club or something like that. It was
We
so
heard your
fun.
entrepreneurship story.
Even
Sorry about that.
Even like public speaking club we didn't have.
But DM colleges are a startup. Bootstrap.
Bad startups there.
Clubs are actually that's a good point. Clubs are like bootstrap startups technically because you have finance club where you guys all work on projects together and stuff like that, except for revenue making.
Yeah.
Because you have academics to manage and other things to manage. It's like a mock startup. You know?
But in the consulting club, we ended up making some revenue by doing projects.
In comedy club we used to produce comedy shows.
What did you do with the revenue? Spent
So whoever worked on the projects, we
spent
usually
it on the
give
real clubs.
You give it to them. And then what do you do?
a little bit for
Eventually it goes to yeah, it's all the commission.
No, but we used it for the club. Like we never personally took it.
We used to put it back in.
Yeah.
For
That's
the
how
club,
bootstrapping.
pizza, game nights, for the club.
Newsletter subscription.
Newsletter.
Yeah.
We will leave you only to do.
Okay, awesome. Did you guys have something negative in your college club? Like things that you did not like or like something that was like a hindrance, like teachers involving or like politics between kids and something like that?
No teacher involvement as such, but I think one of the biggest issues was a lot of people who were super interested to be part of the club just couldn't because clubs were like very close knit. Like if we were in the finance club, if we had a section of another 1,000 people who could just be flies on the wall, let's say, I think they would get to learn so much by just listening to what's actually happening. So I think that was the biggest drawback. A lot of people who wanted to couldn't.
So it was not democratic and open for everyone.
Yeah.
That's
I think
true.
even like this was a really important thought that we had while building clubs as well, because the reason why people would join college clubs was to learn more about it, but then you just get filtered out because they didn't know one particular question, like how to do camera settings, but who knows, you could have been a photographer by now.
Yeah, he wanted to learn that's why he went there.
Exactly.
Teach me camera settings, I'm here for that. I'm like, if you already know it, you can come.
So I think even with Bluelearn Club, that was what we wanted to do, like have a equal platform for everybody, no matter if you knew like 1% of marketing or 99% of marketing, you can still come and contribute, learn and network and things like that. So yeah, that was really important point.
Yeah, makes sense.
I didn't like the fact that most of the clubs were just dead. They were just there for the sake of them being there.
Yeah, a lot of clubs in our
No
college also.
events or they wouldn't actually organize anything.
Yeah, it was there. Like for us, I think there was a couple of clubs just existed for the sake of it.
It's like, what do you do? We exist.
Yeah, that was the pride of it.
So I think so I was in a session. This is from ex-CEO of Airtel. I forgot his name, but he said something along the lines of he used to go to all these colleges and they had like 20, 30 clubs, which didn't even make sense. And he said, if I have one advice to give to all of you students who are starting clubs, don't do extracurricular clubs, do co-curricular clubs, but aligns with whatever you're interested in. Extracurricular clubs make sense, but they end up dead eventually. There's no point of it. Keep 7 strong co-curricular clubs for whatever you're interested in and pick that up. That makes sense. Can anyone else elaborate there?
No, makes sense. I agree with it. I only joined clubs because I was interested in it. And to find out if I'm interested in it. Like I want to explore interest and I want to see if I like something like a Mars rover or something. And I wouldn't find out till I join because there's no other way to find out if I'm interested in Mars rovers. I can't go on. Yeah, I can't go on Quora and be like, are Mars rovers interesting?
So what's the verdict? Do you think you're interested in mass rovers?
No.
Good.
I'm interested in Mars rovers probably, but I'm not interested in
The people who
in
build
like
them.
it's not about the people. I'm not interested in like using the software and like designing a 3D model and stuff. I'm interested to learn about it ideating, talking, everything I like.
So you
which doesn't
don't
involve,
like the work that
yes, which means I'm not interested basically. Yeah, if you're interested, you would, everything that you're interested in and you want to do, I think comes with a part of things that you like doing and not like doing. Maybe you love making PRDs, but you don't like typing at all, something like that. But you will do it because eventually you like product management as a whole. Maybe you like designing, but you don't like changes multiple times. So I feel like, I'm just saying in general, there are things that you like and don't like.
it's like you like making reels but don't like posting captions or replying to people.
This sounds like an attack on you. Is that
Hypothetically speaking.
I think with all these clubs, people might go in and, for example, master over. Let's say Vishal didn't even give it enough time. To be good at something, you have to be bad at it first.
Yeah.
That we don't realize. And all these clubs, and it's immediately bad, like, fuck, oh, sorry, this is not for me. Then you move to the next club, but give it some time, because to be good at something, you have to be bad at it first.
And suddenly we took a 5-minute break and Abhay doesn't sound like an 18-year-old.
I just went cross-legs, bro. I'm like,
So what I'm saying.
So, like, did any of you have politics in club? Because that was also a really common thing that happened.
We had politics because the thing is with every club kind of situation or like anything, there is positional hierarchy and with every position comes power. And nobody wants to lose their power. So they will just go out of their way to keep the power and like whatever they used to get with that position. So they were like, oh, if I do this, this person will get, this person always helps me, so I'll favor this person over this person so that I get to keep my power and stuff like that. So that happens in clubs.
how do you avoid it? Like, what do you do with it?
You just realize that you're not there for whatever purpose they're solving. It's like, if you're in a college club, it's like a 4-year thing. You just got to learn and then eventually use that to build on something else later. Like say for example, there was like some politics in the finance club. He still learned the most and he got into finance job and people like are in finance jobs for 10 years later also. It's an interest exploring thing. It's not like a 4-year cloud chasing goal. That sounds like a very finite game. In the infinite game, you just like try to explore what you want to learn.
Like you think of it beyond a bubble. Instead of the club, the niche.
Yeah, like there were like some 40 people in the comedy club in Manipal, but like only 3 of them are still doing comedy. So
Insane. Are you one of them?
yeah.
Oh. I went to his, comedy shows recently.
Link in the bio.
Like it's Instagram, Google
We
Play.
have 47 links in the description. Click on everything and check out which one is best.
48 one will be my Instagram if you
No,
Yeah.
we're not doing that.
are not doing that. Sorry,
just
47 links.
That's the third link we're putting up as third one. Okay.
So, if you guys could go back in time to your college days, what did you wish you would have in your clubs?
I wish that whatever comedy club thing blew up slowly was already there so that I could benefit more from it and not be like the second person or third person to join and then like do all the. But that also taught me a lot of things, of course.
Yeah.
But if it was there, I would have benefited more, I feel. But good that it's built now and people can benefit. But if it was there, I would have been like, oh shit, I just came to benefit and then I left. Like how everything was established before she joined, I think. So there was a structure, there was everything built properly and everyone knew what to do and stuff. We were just like from scratch. Both have different learnings. But now if I go back, I'm like, that would have also been like a fun way to maneuver. We have to do less work, but I get to learn also that.
And one more thing with these clubs that have been here for a long time, like you said, things are already set in stone. So even back in the public speaking club, things are already happening the way it was happening. But then a new joinee came and he became president. He was lucky. And he changed everything. He made things so much better. So with clubs which have been here for a long time, things are set in stone. You can't go and
Yeah, that's true.
change things for the better. And
That's true. That's very true that's very true, and I don't know how you know this for someone who's not been to college at all.
and when everyone said when you go back in time to college, I
I was like, I was in the future. Okay.
I think for
Master
me,
over, bro.
yeah, for me, like building on what I said, if I could have got the chance to be a part of multiple different clubs, if not take part actively, at least just see what's going on, learn.
Yeah.
If there was, let's say the photography club had some sort of group or community within college, not just the active ones, for everyone else.
Yeah.
If I could just be a part of it, see what they're doing, talk to
Like
them, ask
Bluelearn
questions.
clubs.
Yeah.
Link in description.
And another thing that does not make sense is like you want to get into photography, but to get into a club, you should know photography.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I also don't understand.
There should be one more layer where those who can at least learn.
Like people who know they're running the club and then like the outer layer observing and learning from them. That should be how it is. Yeah. That would have been nice.
I wish I had clubs.
That's also a thing, no problem. We're building it for people who don't have clubs.
I wish there were clubs that could like transcend beyond the colleges they were born in. So like MTTL and the clubs you guys are talking about sound very cool, but the only way we would get to interact with people of different clubs was through intercity fests or something like that.
That's
When
true.
we are going to a separate college and talking to particular people. Otherwise, there's just bubble of you talking to your seniors, you being a part of the clubs that like other people started. But yeah, it would be insane if like I could get a sneak peek into the Wall Street Club or what you guys did.
From other colleges and all.
Yeah, so you would get ideas for things to start in your own college as well.
That's true.
That would
That would be great networking
insane.
because like people from colleges who have some clubs and some other different kind of clubs other than some other college, they would know that oh shit, that culture is different, this culture is different and stuff like that. It's like a good cultural exchange.
Yeah, and you tend to bond most with people who like have similar interests.
Yeah.
In the cricket club, we were all so close
Yeah, exactly.
that it was just so nice to have someone to talk to cricket about and
Yeah.
similar.
Well, that I made some of my best friends in MTTN. So that also helps a lot, networking and getting to know people.
I think that is a big thing. To get close to anyone, I think there's one thing in common, and that's shared identity. And that is really strong when you're in the same club because you both have the same interests and you already have something to bond over.
Yeah.
Either it's a past, you guys are childhood friends, or you have the same ambition. And that's
Yeah, or you're in the same geographical constraint, like same class, or same work, place, something like that. Proximity.
I feel like to build a bond, there always needs to be like some external pressure or some external reason for you guys to meet or come together. So clubs is one thing that provides कि अभी हम 4 साल तक हर दिन we will work on one particular problem statement together. That will bring people closer.
Well, I have this really interesting story with my public speaking club, and I think there's something to take away from this too. So this was the first time I'd ever tried public speaking. I wanted to get away from my study time. I'd taken a drop year for an exam which I didn't end up giving at all. So I wanted something to get away. So that's why I picked up public speaking. Right, so I go there, and on the first day, they have this thing called table topics. So it's like they call up random people, and then they give you a table topic. And now I go there, and so firstly I was really scared, okay? So there's one thing about public speaking, that even the most professional public speaker, every time he's, from the seat to the stage, he gets the same kick. Every single time. That's an addiction. Kick. Like, just to get up from your seat and get up from your seat to go to the stage, every single time. And this was my first time, and I was shitting my pants. And then I come up to the stage, and then I get this topic, what was your most life-changing event, okay? And I didn't know we had time to think, so I thought I knew to start singing. And there was this deepest, darkest secret that no one knew, and that I was carrying on my shoulders, okay? It was just with me all the time. And now I didn't know what to say, so I blurted it all out. That one day in front of 30 people, the secret I had not told anyone, I told it.
Random reviews.
Yeah, random 30 people, I told everything, okay? Then I'm like, shit, what just happened? But then,
And then the guy was like, oh, you had time to think.
they didn't tell me that.
It hasn't started yet.
And then after you finish this, you're like, okay, the time starts now.
But after I finished, I felt like a mountain was lifted off my shoulders, right? Being able to be vulnerable and confident in who you are, public speaking, aided to that. To be able to go and speak in front of 30 people, which means you're confident in yourself and you love yourself enough to showcase yourself out there.
Correct.
And when you do that, that happens when you show up. How do you show up? You go and put yourself out there and you speak. And all of these people look at you. And the chance of an opportunity landing on you increases. Then after that whole thing happened, there's like a networking session after that. A lady comes to me and tells, you were able to be vulnerable. And that is the greatest trait of a leader, right? And that changed things for me that day. I kept going every week in, week out, so many.
And how recent was this?
January. This is Jan.
First public event.
First public speaking. Everything flipped.
But did sharing that story help you connect more with the others in the...
Definitely, because all of these people, right, all their finished college, they graduated. They had kids my age, bro.
Yeah.
Not exactly. So they could understand what happened and why it happened. And then we came to it was not now that I've done something very intentional. They were able to connect. And that way I found a lot of mentors who were there, who were ready to help me. There's this thing, okay, with life, and you find all these great people in clubs or anything of that sort. And then don't think of the world as a zero-sum game, like you win and they lose. You win and then they win. People go up, pull you up, and then you pull them up. And when you think of it that way, that's the reason I'm here. I met Harish Punya. I met Chandan started a podcast with me. I met him, and now I'm pivoting my way to be an ATM. People pull you up, and that's why clubs are such a good thing when you find people with the same interests.
But yeah, I agree with the embarrassment thing.
And we brought up rejection, no? And he said, how are you not fear of being rejected? I have this friend, like really cool story. It was rejection therapy, whatever he did. He'd go to all these girls and then he'd have them out. He'd get rejected. But then he'd come and tell me, from 21 girls away from finding the one. So every time he went, it was actually, if they rejected him, it was positive.
How did he know it was 21?
That's the hypothesis.
21 people who rejected you, so one girl's anyway going to accept.
Yeah, how hard is it going to be? Someone must say yes.
So is it manifesting 21
Because after 20, they say no, he's gone. But ideally, you after 25 years, someone will say yes. Or, who are you by that?
Did somebody say yes to him till this date?
I should go ask. I think he's on 13 or something. But that's not the point. The point is to put yourself out there. Screw up, come back, go out, screw up. The difference between a winner and a loser, the loser has lost. The winner has lost 9 times, and he won once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And once you win, nobody cares about how many times you
Yeah, exactly. And there's a success story, overnight success.
Yeah. And then you can be like, then you are like a KFC person. Oh, I failed 72,000 before I fried chicken.
Yeah.
Fucking 70 or something, when you started.
I'm not saying that you didn't realize I can fried chicken.
Yeah.
That's it. This is insane.
Was he falling?
No, the point was go out, go to all these clubs, try out what you like, and to get rejected, it's okay. There's always another club, right?
Yeah, there's enough
Go
clubs.
out there, play some out there.
Or
Enough opportunity.
you don't have to get rejected. You can just join clubs and learn. You can just click the join button and you're in.
Yeah, too many plugins. Too many plugins.
You can choose, bro. How difficult was it for you to like put yourself out there and like take the first step? Because I think that's where most people have a problem in like going and then like when you're shitting pants and you still go and then do it because you're supposed to do it. How difficult and how did you overcome that?
So I met this random lady at the airport, and she told me, I'm not able to talk to new people or I'm not extroverted.
She told you.
She told me.
Okay.
And then that made me think, why am I able to talk to all these people? Then I realized one thing. If you're able to embarrass yourself, that's literally it.
Yeah.
Be okay with embarrassing yourself.
Yes.
That way,
And when does that happen? See, you're okay with embarrassing yourself when you have enough evidence. Confidence comes from evidence, and at the end of the day, how confident you are comes from evidence. And evidence can be your ID tag, your pitch tag, or that you woke up today morning on time and you decided to wake up. Confidence comes from pure evidence, and when you have enough evidence that you're confident, you can embarrass yourself. Because even if I fuck up now, even if I embarrass myself, at the end of the day, I know that I have this much evidence to know I'm worth it. So first collect evidence, go out there and do things that you want to do, try new things, collect evidence, be confident in yourself, go out there and embarrass yourself. And then you can really talk to anyone. Go approach, someone you find attractive and it's okay, fail.
Yeah, that's great, man. That is great.
I also
So I hope you guys liked this whole chit chat about college clubs. Couple of them had college clubs, couple of them did not have college clubs. That's totally okay. Because in Bluelearn, we are now launching all sort of clubs. So back in college, clubs was all about fun, friends and sharing ideas, discussing with each other. So that's what we've tried replicating in our Bluelearn app. So I hope you all download Bluelearn app and share your ideas, join clubs and meet people of similar interests. So let's go clubbing.